move on to my favorite part of the podcast, and that's the lightning round.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and whatever comes off the top of your head, just spit it out. Okay?
Cool.
You
Ready.
ready? All right. 3 words to describe you today.
I would say intentional. I would say kind, and I would say innovative.
Nice. Nice. What would you tell your 18-year-old self today?
Oh man, 18. That was a interesting age for me going to college. But I would say that you actually know more than you think you know. Um, and I mainly say that because I took college as a way to get a bunch of internships. And I mean, I was a decent student. I got like B's, B minuses, whatever,
Hmm.
But I had a lot of internships, and that was my focus, was getting a job. Like I wasn't interested in
Mm,
just playing around. So I look back sometimes, I'm like, you could have had a little more fun, but I also like think that did set me up for success later on.
yeah. She's about to get in the bag in college. She wasn't trying to play
Yes.
around. All right.
Not play around.
What does it mean to you to be a modern mompreneur?
Mm. I think for me, I like that again you have the word modern there because there's
Mhm.
um the modern times, a lot of families are two income households. And there's absolutely nothing wrong that if you're listening to this and you're currently a stay at home mom looking to build your business. I am from a stay at home mom family. And because, well, heck, life is expensive right now, if we're just being honest, you have to have two incomes, like ensuring that you are speaking to what you need. And I think, again, just when it comes to your partner, ensuring that, again, there's understanding. Because I think at the very beginning, my husband was like, you should go back and get your master's in business administration. I was like, you literally don't know me. I want to punch you in the face. Just like, I hate that. That's like last thing I want to do on earth. And now he
Hmm.
gets it, right? And so not punishing them for not understanding, but really like educating them and guiding them along the way and keeping them in the loop. That has helped tremendously. So I think
Mm,
the modern mompreneur side of it is, not feeling like you have to like keep your business to yourself or whatever else. It's about actually opening up your husband and your kiddos to what
mm.
your business is and being very open and all of that stuff, because I think that actually helps create a level of understanding and patience and encouragement that probably a lot of people could use.
Absolutely. Yes. What do you love about being a mom or bonus mom?
Mm-hmm. Goodness, I before Colin, I did not have patience. Just gonna be honest.
They'll do it.
Yeah, I feel as though, I mean, so many benefits, and he is an incredible child. Um, I would say that he has definitely taught me patience um, and also to, again, uh, not take life so seriously. I think he's very playful, very thoughtful. Like literally for camp, he like created these little spin art things and was like, "I'm going to give them to all my friends because I want them to think I'm thoughtful." And I was like, "What is happening?" Um,
Oh,
so cute. And so I think he's taught me patience, and he's taught me playfulness as well. So I would think those are two of my favorite things about being his mom specifically.
oh, very sweet. Okay.
Mhm.
What are you reading, watching, or listening to?
Goodness. Reading. I actually just got a friend of mine, Darnielle's book. And that one is Move to Millions. I think she gave me an advance copy, so it's probably coming out in November, but that's what I'm reading right
Okay.
now. I'm really excited about
Okay.
it. And
Nice.
then watching, girl, I've clearly watched way too much because I was scrolling all my streaming stuff yesterday and was like, I mean, what am I gonna watch? And I ended up
Oh,
watching Is It Cake? Is It Cake 2? And I'm like, what is
oh, we've
happening? Like,
seen that. That's a
why
good
am
one,
I
though.
watching this? Oh gosh. But anyway, I usually like to watch things like Big Brother on CBS, Survivor, Amazing Race, like a lot of those like
Hmm.
CBS shows I really
Hmm.
enjoy, and whatnot. I used to be really big into true crime, but I think that I have had to pull back on that just for my anxiety and stuff. I didn't realize how much it was actually adding to my anxiety.
Wow,
So
I bet. I
I've pulled
bet.
back. Yeah.
Yes. Balance, right? Gotta have that.
Exactly. Oh, and
Um,
listen, I guess you did ask. A podcast I've been loving is my friend Ellen Yin's podcast, which is called Cubicle to CEO. She is
I like
phenomenal at
her.
interviewing. She is great at guest curation. And even though, again, like I'm not even really her target market at all, but I really
Mm-mm.
enjoy like her, her intentionality behind her podcast. And, she has things like case studies from Amy Porterfield's $5 million launch. She has
Mhm.
like, it's just really intriguing. And her whole saying is like, I talk to entrepreneurs about the things that you can't Google. And so
Mhm.
that's what I find really interesting about hers. And then I also like Creator Science by Jay Klaus. And that's again
Better
really
sign.
intriguing interviews as well.
Oh, I know who Ellen Yin is. I know she'll be at your conference we talk about in a
Yeah,
second.
you'll
So
get
I'm
to meet
definitely
her.
going to listen.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then last question, what is bringing you joy right now?
What is bringing me joy is, again, talking about my husband. I talk about him a lot. He's a lot to me. But in May, we had a very, again, conscious conversation where he looked at me and was just like, you have an extremely unhealthy relationship with your business. You're making your business mean things about you as a person, and that isn't sustainable. And my husband and I, we slow dance a lot. Like literally, just it's not a code word for anything. We literally are slow dancing. And like people think like, is that like a position? No, it's not. We're literally just slow dancing. And we were slow dancing, and he just looked at me, and I was having a hard time because I'd come off from a really intense chronic flare up, and was having to make some decisions about my business. And he just, I mean, as real as can be, as loving as can be, and out of compassion, was just like, you have to make some big changes because this is not the business.
Mm,
So I'm grateful for that conversation. And what has come from that is a lot of like difficult decisions, but I feel as though I'm feeling a lot more joy around my life.
mm,
And spending that quality time with Marcus and Colin instead of stressing out about all sorts of things. And so that's really the joy of just the little things like making pancakes on Sundays, or, walking the dog with my husband at night. Like I'm really finding joy in the little moments in my life. They really make a big difference for me.
love it. Love it. They do matter.
Mhm.
Good. Well,
They
thank you
do.
for engaging me in these questions and
Yeah.
sharing a little bit more about Jordan and Colin and Marcus. And you said Vivian. Vivian is like she's
Vivian.
a person. Vivian is the dog and she goes everywhere. I've met
Yeah,
Vivian out
she
for
does.
retreats. She lives
She's
a
a
good
hoot.
life. Lives a good
She
life.
does. Yeah, very
Well,
much.
I just want to, first of all, say thank you again for being a guest on the Modern Mompreneur podcast. You probably was on my bucket list of who I wanted to have on the podcast
Aw,
because of
that's
what
sweet.
you do to serve female entrepreneurs and how you've just grown your business and also made like adjustments that work for your family, which is something we can all learn
Yeah.
from as mompreneurs. So I'm sure anyone who's listening can definitely take note and find out more about how Jordan did it and how you can glean some of that for yourself as well. So I appreciate you sharing your story. I really do.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having the space and holding the space. I appreciate
Of
you.
course, of course. Why don't you share how people can connect with you?
Oh, yes. So I love Instagram. I know I'm like one of the weirdos, but I I really enjoy the platform. I think there's like some strange algorithm stuff going on, but I'm on Instagram quite often. If you want to come DM me at System Saved Me. And Day mentioned I have a podcast, which is System Save Me. And then anything that's going on in business and whatnot is usually being pointed to from my website, just in
Mm-hmm.
general. So if you head to systemsaveme.com and check out our different offerings and things, you'll find some goodies. So I would say those are the three main places.
She's so streamlined. She's the only person who's had just one name for all the things. And
Yeah.
easy peasy, system save me on IG website. DM
And
her. She definitely responds to you. And
thanks.
on what was
I'll
the
try.
last thing? The podcast.
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 Mhm.
So absolutely. So if you're listening now, and just hop on over, search her, subscribe,
Mhm.
check her out. And if you enjoyed this episode, feel free to subscribe, like, share with any other mompreneurs, anyone else looking for that, that freedom of running a business, but also having a life first business to focus on your family. Jordan is the woman for the job to give
Oh,
you
thank
some
you.
insight on it. And like I said, a collaboration queen. She can connect you with people that can help
Yeah.
you get to the next level as well. So, Jordan, anything else
Yeah.
you want to say to the Mod Mom Pod?
No, just again, make sure that you say what you want and not allow for a lot of the external shenanigans to bring you down, right? And that includes, some life shenanigans, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
that too often we, um, especially as women, especially as moms, that's kind of the only, perspective that I have. But we can feel like we have to sacrifice on behalf of everyone else. And I'm not saying that there aren't seasons of that, but if that has become your norm, I encourage you to really explore what could be possible for you if you allowed for yourself to think about what you need and what you want in ways of impacting, but also in just how you live your life as well.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, on that note, we will close out this episode. But thank you guys for listening. Until next time, y'all take care.